If you're thinking about becoming a teacher, thinking about next steps in your career, if you already are a teacher, then I want to share what I've learned in over 20 years of teaching with you. There have been a lot of challenges. It's been quite a journey, but I've learned so much. And it's surprising. It's really contrary to what I thought and believed when I started teaching. So I'm going to share top 5 things that I wish I had known, that I know now, when I started teaching or before I started teaching. So are you already teaching online or in person? Are you thinking about it? Tell me in the comments where you are in your teaching journey. I want to save you the mistakes, the stress, the headaches that I went through, and hopefully inspire you on your teaching journey if it's for you. So before we jump into my tips, I have a couple of things that I want to make you aware of because I think they could be really beneficial for you. So first of all, at gonaturallyenglish.com/biz, I am hosting a business building challenge that you can sign up for free. And through that challenge, I will give you information about the upcoming Go Natural English teacher training and certification program that a lot of you have been asking for. Also, at the end, a little bit later in this video, I'm going to share something that I just found out about recently that I wish I had known about, or I wish I had when I started teaching, which is an AI lesson materials creation tool that would have saved me hours every single day of my teaching life. And so if you can start using this tool, you're going to be light years ahead of me and other teachers who are doing it all manually by hand. So I want to thank the sponsor of this video, Twee, which is that AI-powered English as a second language materials creation tool that lets you take a topic, a theme for your next class, or an article from online, or a YouTube video link, whatever you want to center your lesson around, whatever interesting, authentic content or topic. All you have to do is plug it in, and in seconds, you can have a variety of materials that will be more than enough for any lesson you're teaching. So you can save so much time with this. I'm going to show you an example of how to use it a little bit later, so watch until the end. So let's jump into the tips, the things I wish I had known. I'm going to share with you right now. There's a huge misconception, which, well, it's partly true, but it doesn't have to be. So when you think of teacher, when most people think of a teaching career, they think, wow, that's really great and honorable and respectful and respected, and you look up to teachers, they're like really great, and it's a career you can feel very rewarded in because you're helping people, but it's not well paid, right? So this is true for many teachers in the US and probably around the world. I don't know, you probably know better in your country than I do what teachers are generally paid. But I figured out how to take my teaching career and create an online business around it with several passive income streams. So becoming a teacher doesn't have to be true that you're never going to make money. You can put your business hat on and be smart about how you're helping people through your teaching. Now, that's not for everyone, and the tips I'm going to share with you are applicable to starting your own teaching business or teaching in the classroom, whatever is right for you at this time. But I just wanted to get that out of the way because a lot of people think that, oh, teaching is not for me because, I want to have a comfortable life financially, but I'm here to tell you, you can do both. So don't listen if anybody tells you not to become a teacher because of the pay, because if you're smart, which you are because you're here, you can really make money as a teacher helping other people, which is fantastic. You can have the best of both worlds. Okay, when I started out, I thought that I needed to know everything because I was in the classroom, my students were asking me all of these questions, and I didn't know the answer all the time. And especially when I was teaching Spanish, I thought, oh my gosh, I don't know, should I really be teaching Spanish? It's not my native language. I don't know the answer to everything they're asking. I know the answer to most things, but there's always those questions where you're like, oh boy, I better look that up because I don't want to give the wrong answer. But here's the thing, being a teacher is not about being an encyclopedia of knowledge. Okay, you are not Google. Google is Google, and that is why it is the teacher's role. It is our role to teach our students how to teach themselves, how to find the answer to all those questions that they keep asking you. It is our duty and role to show them how to be more autonomous learners so that they graduate from our class and they're stronger, smarter, and more independent. So that is one belief that really changed for me once I realized the role of a teacher is to teach how to teach yourself. Next, I was very self-conscious when I started out because I started very young. I started teaching at 17 years old, and that was an adult education. So the average age of my students was around 40. So I thought, what can I possibly teach these people who are so much older and more experienced? But here's the thing, even if you're young or whatever age, if you don't have much experience, you can always help people because the role of a teacher is not, as I said, to be an encyclopedia of knowledge. I mean, that would help if you were, but it's actually accountability, setting expectations, creating structure and a plan for your students because that work right there, creating the plan, creating structure, accountability, expectations is a lot of heavy lifting that doesn't get noticed most of the time. But that right there is the key to teaching. So if you can focus on those things, spending time with your students, communicating those expectations, holding them accountable, guiding them, supporting them, then I think you're gonna have a much more interesting time than if you just focus on, sharing just what you know about the subject you're teaching. On the business side of things, when I started my own business here at Go Natural English, teaching English as a second language, I thought I had to have everything organized for the business from the get-go. The website, the corporation, my business bank account. But no, you don't really have a business until you have students. So what you should be focusing on is building your student base. And then as time passes, as you realize, wow, I really have something here, then you can focus on the details, the articles of incorporation, all of the, legal and financial details, setting up your website and things like that. I mean, if you can do it all at the same time, great. But I'm just saying, you have to focus, right? You only have so many hours in the day, and if you don't have money to delegate everything right at once, then focus on what matters, which is your students. One other thing I wanted to mention about feeling kind of self-conscious starting out as a young teacher or inexperienced teacher, I felt like the older, more experienced teachers were sometimes judging me. I don't know, maybe that was just in my mind, but I would say this, it's possible now, looking back, that they might have been intimidated by a new teacher. Maybe not. But don't let these assumptions or false stories in your mind make you feel less confident. Just focus on the help that you can give to others. And even if you are young and inexperienced, there is something that you can do to help your students. As I mentioned, accountability, setting expectations, structure for the class, giving them a plan. These are all very valuable things that you don't necessarily have to have experience or expertise or an advanced age to do for your students. Another thing I wish I had known when I started out teaching is don't stick to your textbook. It can be too easy just to follow the textbook, chapter by chapter, and it's just not that interesting to most of your students to do that. You can use it as one of your resources, but what I love is to ask your students what it is that they want out of your class. Like, what do they really want to learn in English or the subject that you're teaching if it's not English? What are their goals? What are their challenges? What is it that interests them in your class and outside of your class? What are their lives like? What are their backgrounds like? When we understand our students, we can customize the lessons more and more for them. My friend Alejandro, who I mentioned in the last lesson, actually taught himself English by watching TV shows because that's what he was interested in, learning about American culture through the smart and culturally relevant Seinfeld show, which you can find tons of shorter clips for on YouTube. And actually, that leads me to how you can create a lesson around a TV show link like Seinfeld in seconds using Twee. I am so honestly impressed with Twee and how it can save you hours every single day that I want to show you some examples of the different activities that you can make with this site with just copying and pasting and clicking go. I'm going to show you right now. Let's go. Just logged into twee.com, where what used to take me at least 30 minutes to create now takes me 30 seconds. We have 3 options right away. Very simple to get started. You can just provide a topic, a link to an article, or a link to a YouTube video. So I'd like to show you a lesson based off of a YouTube video, my TEDx talk. And very important here, you can see you can change the level. Then all you have to do to get conversation questions is click do the magic. Do you see how fast that is? These are great questions too. Check the questions. If you want to change them, all you have to do is click edit, and it's super simple. There's more options if you need more materials for your lesson time. Let's just try summary gap fill. Okay, that took 2 seconds to create a gap fill exercise with all of the correct answers. Let's say you want to focus on one specific skill like listening, which is often a difficult one to create materials for. Let's try the 3 summaries. Right here, I'm using the same video as before, same level, click on do the magic. So this creates 3 summaries, 2 which are incorrect and 1 is correct. This would have easily taken me half an hour to create this. And this just populated in like 2 seconds. Look at this. I mean, my mind is blown. You have a professional looking worksheet, materials for your class, online or in person, and it took us seconds. All of this in seconds, high quality. I mean, seriously, I wish I had this tool when I had started out as an English teacher. It would have saved me so much time. You guys, look at this. If you scroll down, there are so many different tools that you can use here to create different lessons. I mean, you could easily fill a whole year of lessons just right here. And all you have to do is give a topic. For example, where was it? There's so many different activities here. Create a dialogue on any topic. I wanted to show you this because I think it's really cool. And yes, Twee is sponsoring this video, but I am so glad that they reached out. I wouldn't have known about it otherwise. And I feel like this is a really, really well-kept secret, like a hidden gem that you must know about. You're gonna be light years ahead of any other teacher who doesn't know about Twee. So this is, oh my gosh, look at this. Okay, and you can edit, of course, as always. Let's say I'm running late for my lesson, I gotta go, let's export. Literally 2 seconds later, I have a dialogue, a unique dialogue to practice with my students. Hey, I love elephants, so let's make a multiple choice text on elephants. You can decide how long the text should be. So this would be great for beginners. It's a very short paragraph, 50 to 100. You can make it longer. Let's make it longer for intermediate students. And I have a unique multiple choice quiz right here about the text that we just created. We can keep going with various activities. You don't have to stop here, but for the sake of time, I'm gonna end this. One thing I love about Twee so much is you can use real life videos, TV shows, anything where you have a link from YouTube, you can use that to create a lesson around it. So I'm gonna tell you right now, I wish I had known when I started teaching that putting more time into materials creation is not really advancing your business. So now you can use Twee and AI technology to do this in seconds so that you can spend more time on the things that matter, the things that you should be spending time on, like building your business and helping your students, spending more time with them. Another tip I wish I had known when I started teaching is to really focus on your boundaries. Like, what help are you willing to give for free versus what is something that you should be charging for as a tutor? So think about this right now, because you need to know if a student is asking for extra help, are you okay with an extra 15 minutes of help for free? At that point, would you say, hey, these are great questions. I think we should set up a tutoring session so that you're ready to say that. And this is really important, because in the beginning of my teaching, I didn't have any way for people to pay me. I actually had people messaging me my first year that I was creating YouTube videos in 2011 on the Go Natural English YouTube channel. They were messaging me asking, how can I work with you? I want you to be my teacher. And I was flabbergasted because I hadn't even thought of it. I had no payment link. I had no packages or course or anything. So those messages actually forced me to sit down and think about it, because I thought, oh my gosh, people want to work with me. How does this work exactly? So I'm telling you now, so before people are knocking down your door, be ready for that opportunity. Think about, what do your tutoring packages look like, or how will you offer people your help in exchange for money? What does that look like, and what are your boundaries? Okay, so if you want to take the next step with your teaching, I highly recommend that you join me for the Business Building Challenge at gonaturalenglish.com/biz. That's BIZ. And try Twee. This is a super fun tool that you can try out at twee.com. That's TWEE.com. I think that you'll love seeing the materials that it creates. So go play around, check it out, and let me know what you think. All right, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the Business Building Challenge. Bye for now.